In a move that signals growing closeness between Bangladesh and Pakistan, the foreign secretaries of the two countries are meeting after a gap of 15 long years. It's a precursor to a meeting between the foreign ministers of both countries. The move is an indication of just how far the political landscape of Bangladesh has moved since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, under whose tenure the relationship between Pakistan and Bangladesh was frosty at best. The impact on India will be on multiple fronts, from security to strategic, which is why the big questions that we are asking today on India Global. First up, does this mark a complete normalization of ties between Pakistan and Bangladesh? Second, what key outcomes can we really expect from this meeting between the foreign secretaries of the two countries? Next, how will bilateral ties be boosted with closer economic ties and more visa relaxations between Dhaka and Islamabad? How should India be preparing for this Pakistan-Bangladesh cooperation or bonhomie that is now picking up? To talk on that, let me now get in General Ata Hasnain, a man who understands the region as well as these two countries very well. So thank you so much for speaking to me on India Global. Let me start by asking you, sir, how do you read this meeting coming after 15 long years?
Thank you, Gaurie. Thank you for inviting me to your show. And yes, it's a momentous moment for them. No doubt, 15 years later that you are having a visit of the foreign secretary, a meeting, impending meeting of the foreign ministers, everything coming to a head, it seems at the moment. Obviously, the theory which I have been always speaking about, that Pakistan never seemed to have left the shores of Bangladesh, even after 1971, being roundly defeated in 1971. Somehow it remained embedded here in some form or the other. And you find that after 5th of August, very, very quickly, within 2 months or so, you found things started moving and networks started getting re-established. These networks existed in some form or the other all these years, and they have been reactivated. This is essentially a strategic kind of a thing from Pakistan, a tie-up between Pakistan and Bangladesh. And Pakistan, for them, is particularly a major advantage in the sense of opening a third front as far as India is concerned. They realize that they themselves are weak on the western front. India faces a northern front, and here a third on the eastern front would definitely come to their strategic advantage overall. This seems to be the Pakistani design, and it's quite obvious that the type of visits we have seen, the ISI, the number of visits of the ISI to the strategic locations, to places like Lal Munir Hat and Chittagong, etc., all the right messaging. My last part on this part of the intervention, this is a larger part of the influence operations, the information warfare attempt basically being done against India to intimidate us.
General Hasnain, there have been visa relaxations that have taken place. There have been these military drills that are taking place. There are now reports that Pakistan could even become a regional hub for Bangladeshi exports that could go further ahead to Afghanistan and Iran. So we're really talking about possibility of several layers. At least that's what Pakistan and Bangladesh would be hoping to achieve. How much do you think the chances are of something like that materializing?
See, Gaurie, is still too early to say as to which direction this particular relationship is going at the moment. Pakistan by itself, you know, it is in the throes of a major economic crisis itself. Bangladesh, instead of tying up with a nation which is upwardly mobile as far as economics is concerned, such as India, is looking at tying up with a nation which is looking for this 24th,
IMF bailout
of the IMF loan from them of $3 million or so. Now, what Bangladesh should be looking at in terms of advantage for its people is more visas in India, medical visas, tourist visas, education visas. This is the kind of soft power which enables a nation to progress and move ahead. Here they are looking for visas to go to Pakistan. For what? How much can Pakistan do for Bangladesh in the near future? And if you are going to keep on doing this, if you're upsetting the strategic relationship that you have with India, what is going to be the effects on the softer aspects, the aspects of economics, the aspects of cultural ties, the understanding we have between the two nations. The longest border, 4,000 kilometers border, also exists on this flank.
Yes. And sir, the other aspect I want to ask you is that this comes at a time when Bangladesh is also reaching out actively to China for investments near the India-Bangladesh border, whether it is the hospitals, whether it's the Tista water project, all that. And at the same time, are these overtures coming in for Pakistan? How do you see all of it posing a threat to India?
See, there's no doubt that Bangladesh has felt all along that somehow it's not been able to participate in exploit China's Belt and Road Initiative. There was an attempt to try and bring about the Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, China corridor, which geopolitically did not fructify. So it has been feeling affected all this while. And they want to go to China to try and get China to participate in their own economic revival to lead it to some kind of a boom or the other.
Yes.
And they hope that by putting down India in its relationship, they can at the same time enhance their overall relationship with China. Now, that's a very incorrect way of doing international relations and establishing diplomatic ties. They can definitely get along with India, make sure that economically they maintain their ties and continue doing the same with China at the same time. There should be no problem with that.
Absolutely. Well, bottom line, viewers, is that under Mohammed Yunus, Bangladesh has normalized radical Islamic elements. It has witnessed continued attacks on minorities, particularly the Hindu population. It is also more ideologically aligned to the BNP, the party which has always advocated for closer ties with Pakistan. For India, there are implications. China is getting extremely close to the India-Bangladesh border by offering to build hospitals ostensibly and getting aligned to the Tista water project. On the other hand, China is heavily invested in its economic corridor in Pakistan. Both these scenarios will require New Delhi to come up with deft diplomacy and, most importantly, timely counter to these maneuvers.